Hey studs, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a build tutorial on the Greek Pantheon that I made from the last video. I chose the dry valley to do it in because it kept raining everywhere and I got tired. So this is take like 7 and we're gonna go through this. We're just gonna rough it, alright guys? As you can see, I placed these foundations because I know a lot of places aren't always flat. I'm going to show you how I was able to make mine. So this is going to be like a good example on how to build on uneven terrain. So I want the build to be right here in this corner. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to hit filter. We're going to be using the Beachside Boulevard, the Durr Burger, the Halloween Town Bundle, the Oro Studio, and the Pleasant Park. If you do not have these sets, you might not be able to do this. But you can use different pieces to achieve a similar look. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by placing a floor. It doesn't matter what size, we're just going to place it. And we're going to grab the beachy corner. We're going to snap it to place. And we're going to make sure it's snapped to the bottom of the floor. Because what we want to do is we want to build down and then here. That way it's level to the foundation. And once we do that, we're going to break this. We're going to break this. We're going to go to decorations. We're going to go to sculptures. And you're going to go to medium. And you're going to pick the pedestal large. And you're going to line it up. That way it's flushed on both sides. And then you go back to building parts. Grab the floors. Grab the 12. Place it there. And then grab the... I believe it was the 8. Grab the 8 and place it there. These are just going to be measurements, so don't worry too much about it. You're going to go back to pedestal large, and you're going to place it 2 studs outwards, because remember, we put this one out a little bit. Once you have that set, you're going to grab your floor, just place it anywhere, grab the PG corner, and then snap it into place, push it outwards. Grab the BG corner again, and then you're going to nudge it in, and now you have that. Now we can get rid of all of this, right? And then you're able to break these. And then you're going to go to your walls, and this is where you could either use the Beachside Boulevard, use them for the outside, that way you have white, or you could use the Durr Burger dining walls, and they're white. We're going to use the Durr Burger dining walls because we have the 2x16 by 12, and it with the clips on the inside. That way the clips are inwards. Now here is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. So, as you can see, I just did this on purpose for you to like just see what we're doing with. We're gonna get the 8x2x1 tile. Actually, let's get one with a different color. The 8x2x1. So you're gonna want to make it there, and then you have your pedestal. Make it there. So depending on how long you want it, you're gonna repeat this process. We're going to need a little bit more wall. Okay. So we're just going to make it that long, okay? Put this, and then that's a 2x4, I believe. Yes. So make sure that it's a 2x8 here. We're going to get rid of these. Again, these were just measurements. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Oh. So we're going to place those there. And it was a 4, right? 4. And then corners. Oh, a little bit of lag there, but no worries. And then we're gonna flesh this out this way. Then we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna grab this piece, the 8x2, the large pedestal. And then we're gonna get rid of them. So now we're gonna go back to our build menu. We're gonna go to support, building parts support, and you have choices here. You can use the beachy pillar number 1 or the white pillar from the Pleasant Park. I went with the Pleasant Park one because the Beachside Boulevard has that white or that yellow coloring to the bottom. It's up to you which one you want to use. You can mix and match, but remember the Beachside has that grooving on the support parts, the base and the top, and the Pleasant Park does not. So we're just going to go with the Pleasant Park, and we're going to put these center. Let me let's make it daytime. All right. So sorry about that. So what you want to do is here you see those 4 studs. You're going to be putting the columns, the corner on each one, so you can see that. That way it's centered to the pedestal. You're going to repeat this process for each one. So there you have that. Now we're going to go back to our building parts, and we're going to go to the roofs, and you're going to go down to, or you can go up. You're going to do Nightmarish Gable 2. Oh, actually I skipped the part. I lied, guys. All right. You go back to sculptures, and go to the small, and grab the pedestal medium, and you're going to line this up here, so that way it's completely flushed. There we go. There we go. Now you can go back to that Nightmarish Gable, and you're gonna make sure it's centered to the pedestal. Okay. Going back to roofs, and the way the gables work, it's 2 and 4 are together, and 1 and 3 go together. Because let me show you. Because 1 and 3 are small. They have that little triangle. And then 2 and 4 are the larger ones, so you get the bigger triangle. So we're gonna do that. You go to your gable, and then sorry, I got confused. There we go. And you're gonna do the same thing on this side. And then 4. So they're centered. Now you're gonna go to your roofs again, and then you grab the 16 by 16. And I believe this was a 12. Yep, so 12. 16, 16, and then the 12. There we go. Then 2 16s. There we go. And then you get the roof ridge, the 8 by 16 by 2. And then the 4, the 8 by 4. So now you have that. Now you're going to go to your building parts. You're gonna go to floors, or there we go, floors. You get the beachy set. Actually, I think we use the 12s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you're gonna grab the 12 by 12 by 1. And then you're gonna slowly build outwards. And then it should be the 8. You grab the 8, build that outwards. And then the 8 by 4. And then these ones should add up to the 8s. So that's why we did the 8s for measurements when we were doing this. It was for fewer pieces to be used, or else you would have been using a lot of floor. So now we have that. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna go to building pieces, and where is it? There we go. Use the 8 by 8. This is what I did here. So you're gonna make sure. There we go. You go 2, and there you go. Yeah, okay, so I'm using these white walls, the 2 by 8, because I don't want to see the clips. So we're using these. It's a little bit more pieces, but it's fine. Line that up. And then we're going to put this guy here. Put that guy here. And then we're going to use the line lights. I forgot. I used one piece from that set. And now it should be the gate. Was it the line lights? Or was it the mason mat? No, it was the line lights, yeah. So we use this gate. And then 1, 2. 1, 2. Yep, we use that gate. So then we got the corners. We're going to snap the corners in place. And then from here, we could get rid of the lion's knight. I use these pieces right here. I can't see. There we go. Oh my goodness. And then, okay, there we go. And then we're gonna go back down, go to half walls, and then I just use these one. And then the flooring. Here you have choices. You grab the 16, and you could place it to where it no longer covers the blue. So it's kind of like a white wall. And also what I did was I placed an extra layer of white flooring. Is it at least 8? Yeah, there is. You can either put an extra flooring, that way it's flushed, as you can see, because without the floors, you get that weird step. So you can use the floors, or what I ended up doing was, again, I actually did use the line lights twice. Okay, so I went to rugs, and I grabbed this flooring right here, and then I centered it. And it's going to be 2, so two on top of each other. And then I grab this. And that was the 16. That was the 16 by 2. Now we're going to do the 8 by 2. Finish this off. And there you have that. And then, of course, you're going to grab some stairs. And you're going to snap it to the floors. So 1, 2. That should be centered. Yep. We'll do the store. So there you have. So that's the Pantheon. And in my build, what I did to cover these stripes was I went back to the Oro set and I used the picture frames for some gold trimming. I actually started from the bottom and then made my way up. Or I did something. I don't remember what I did. Might have been something like that. And then cover up those corners. Can I not cover those corners yet? Interesting. Okay, I probably didn't. So that's the Pantheon. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time.